Thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this video. If you enjoy stories like this, consider subscribing and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Everything started on what seemed like a completely normal evening. My husband had gone out to play soccer with friends, something he did almost every weekend. But when he returned home that night, he wasn't alone. Two men I had never met before walked in with him. At first, nothing seemed unusual. They were friendly, polite, and the conversation revolved around soccer and everyday topics. Still, something felt off. I couldn't explain it, but the atmosphere carried a strange tension. As the evening continued, I noticed my husband acting differently. He seemed unusually excited, almost as if he were waiting for something to happen. Then, out of nowhere, he looked at one of the guests and said, "Don't you think Elena could have a very interesting conversation tonight?" The room instantly fell silent. I waited for him to laugh and reveal it was a joke. He didn't. His expression remained completely serious. The two guests looked uncomfortable. I felt confused, nervous, and desperate for an explanation. Then he added calmly, "Of course she could." At that moment, I realized something strange was unfolding, and I was the only person who didn't understand it. As the tension grew, my husband approached me and quietly whispered, "Can you trust me?" Those words stopped me in my tracks. Part of me wanted answers immediately. Another part wanted to understand what was really happening. So I stayed. Minutes later, my husband turned the conversation in an unexpected direction. He asked one of the guests, "What was your first impression of Elena tonight?" The man hesitated before answering. "I thought she was very attractive." The room became even quieter. Then my husband asked the second guest the same question. His answer was nearly identical. I didn't know what to think. Confusion mixed with curiosity. Nothing about the situation felt normal anymore. My husband stood up and said, "Tonight isn't about hiding behind masks. I want complete honesty." The guests exchanged uncertain glances. So did I. Then he looked directly at me. For the first time, I understood that I wasn't just watching this situation. I was part of it. The evening continued with deep conversations about trust, fear, honesty, and vulnerability. What started as discomfort slowly became something else. Questions were asked. Truths were shared. Walls began to come down. Throughout it all, my husband remained calm, guiding the conversation with surprising confidence. As the hours passed, the tension gradually faded. In its place came reflection. When the night finally ended and the guests left, my husband gently took my hand. "Are you okay?" he asked. I nodded, though I still struggled to explain everything I was feeling. Then he said something I'll never forget. "Real trust only exists when we stop making decisions based on fear." Those words stayed with me long after the front door closed. That night didn't just change how I viewed my husband. It changed how I viewed myself. And from that moment on, nothing felt quite the same again.